Are you fed up with our current healthcare system? Have you been looking for an answer for yourself or your child and become discouraged because you've been told you just have to live with it, or you can take this medication the rest of your life? If so, you're not alone. So many of the families that we see in our office have experienced this exact same thing. Here's the reason why. My brother-in-law has been a medical doctor for many years, and he told me once that we are the best in the world at one thing. That is crisis care. If you're having a heart attack or a stroke, we are phenomenal at saving your life. He said, however, where we fail is actually getting your health back or helping with an ongoing issue. Maybe it's asthma, allergies, poor sleep, low energy, digestive trouble. Maybe your child struggles with attention, focus, hyperactivity, anxiety, nervousness. All these things, our system is not designed to get you or your family healthy again. However, the good news is that is exactly why our office exists. My name is Dr. Ty. I own Whole Family Chiropractic, and I want to share with you some hope and some possibility of a new perspective. The reason so many families choose our office and so many families share what we do with others like yourself. Let me explain. There are two big issues with our current healthcare system. So if you've been struggling to find an answer for yourself or your child, it's likely related to one of these two things. The first has to do with how we define health. You see, we've been told and led to believe that health is about how we feel and what we do. And yes, those are important. But we also know someone who's felt fine yet had a heart attack. Years ago, my mom went into the doctor feeling fine and was diagnosed with breast cancer. We also know the healthiest person in town who eats organic and runs races, and yet they are still diagnosed with a chronic issue. So what's going on? Well, the thing is, health is actually more about what's going on inside our body, how well the internal systems are working, than about just how we feel or what we do. I'm going to explain more about that in a moment. But first, the second big issue is that when we have a symptom, when we have an issue, we've been told to cover it up. We take a pill to help us sleep, to calm our nerves. We take a pill for our digestion, a pill to get rid of our cold. But is that really doing anything to make us healthier on the inside? If you're watching this, you probably agree, no, it's not, right? If I'm driving my car and the check engine light comes on, putting a piece of tape over it isn't going to help my car run any longer. So in our office, what we do that's different is looking at how well the body's functioning on the inside. Because if our heart is functioning at 100%, we're not going to have a heart attack. If our immune system is working at 100% to kill off cancer cells, we're not going to develop a big issue. Interesting side fact, every day our body develops thousands of cancer cells that our immune system is able to kick out before they become a problem. So function is the most critical component when it comes to how healthy you are. What then controls function in your body? Well, it's your brain that tells everything in your body how to work, and that's where function comes from. You see, your brain tells your heart how fast to beat, how high your blood pressure should be. It tells your lungs how to breathe, your stomach how to digest. It tells your immune system how to keep the bad bugs out. If your kid is playing sports and you see them running really fast, it's their brain that's telling their body how to run. As your child's growing and developing, it's your brain that controls that development and those milestones. If you've ever been injured, cut a finger, broken a bone, it's your brain that tells your body how to heal. So because the brain is the master controller, it's most important in determining function, and of course what we're all looking for is good health. So where can this system break down then? Well, what we're looking for is any interference between the brain and the body. If you've heard of Christopher Reeve, he used to play Superman. He was riding his horse one day, he fell off, he broke his neck, and he cut the nerves between his brain and his body, and he became paralyzed. He couldn't move his arms, couldn't move his legs. But here's the interesting thing. Christopher Reeve, when he broke his neck, he also had to be put on a respirator to breathe. He had to be fed through a tube because his stomach didn't work. He had to be put on dialysis for his kidneys. He had to have his bladder massaged to go to the bathroom. So even though he didn't injure any of those body parts, they didn't function because the brain couldn't tell them what to do. So what does this have to do with our office? Well, in our office, we focus on a very unique style of neurological chiropractic. We're not just focused on if your bones are in alignment or out of alignment. We're actually focused on how well the brain is communicating with the body. Because if this communication is being interfered with, we know the body's not going to work the way it should. The body starts to malfunction. And you get, of course, ill health. Now here's the thing with this. If you're lucky, a symptom might show up. So symptoms show up as a warning sign sometimes. As I mentioned earlier, a heart attack, cancer, you might not even have a symptom. So the point is, what we're looking for in our office then is up top here, because if we see interference here, we know that things down the line are going to be affected. And what you've likely done already is looked at the symptoms and tried to cover them up, right? That's what, as we described earlier, the routine medical system is good at, is covering up the symptoms, but not actually restoring function because they're not looking to the root cause of things. So how then do we know how well your brain and body are communicating? Well, in our office, we have a very unique technology. This special set of scans that we do measures all the nerve channels between the brain and the body. And based on research at Johns Hopkins, we know exactly if the nerves are communicating properly or if there's something interfering with them. If there's something interfering, it shows up as mild, moderate, or severe, depending on what's going on. Now, the cool thing with these scans is that they're very safe, very gentle. We do them on pregnant women, newborn babies, because nothing goes in your body, nothing comes out of your body. And so after watching this video, if you say, I wonder if this is what's going on inside my body, my child's body, I feel that at least you deserve the opportunity to find out. Because sometimes we do scans, and actually the very first one turns up perfectly clear. So you might have a health issue, but we realize our office isn't the best fit. If, however, we find something going on, what we can then do is, based on what we see on the scans, make recommendations as to what it's going to take, how much it's going to cost. So you have a full picture of what will be required to get your body to a new level. And then it's up to you to move forward or not, but at least you have an answer. So if you've watched this, if you've resonated, if you say, hey, I wonder if this is what's causing my issue or my child's health issue, I encourage you to give us a call, send us an email, set up an appointment to have these scans done, and that way at least you know if there's potential to get your body unstuck to move forward with your health, whatever's troubling you. I look forward to hearing from you soon and seeing what we can do to get you and your family on the right track.